Well, if you go to a racetrack with this guy anywhere in the world, you're going to get into the best suites, the best hospitality, the best of anything that they have. In fact, they've even opened up this bar for Matt Hill, Australia's #1 race caller. We're at the 4-star Dave bar here at Saratoga. Matty, your second time at Saratoga. Welcome back. What do you love about this place?
Well, what I actually do love about the place is you can sit in a bar that's actually not open, clearly, and we've just taken it over. It's a cracking place. This is how racing should be, Brownie. It's big crowds, people just relax, they bring their own food, they bring their own blankets, under trees, they're race goers, they love it, they love having a bet, and if you're a racing lover, over 5 days, I think there's about 58 races with so much variety: dirt, turf, inner turf, sprint, staying, hurdle racing, 2-year-old racing is the absolute lot. And then away from the track, you've got almost like a fair in the background. You've got food sellers, you've got popcorn sellers, and people who just genuinely are here for a good time. They love their own town in Saratoga, real racing town, and it's a unique occasion because it's being the Belmont Stakes, which is so world famous in racing.
Yeah, and now the American punters, or horse players as they're called here in the States, are in for a bit of a treat too over the next few days, because not only is Matty calling the Belmont Gold Cup a win in your in race for the Melbourne Cup, a golden ticket, but you're also doing some TV stuff for NYRA on the Fox Sports coverage, interviewing jockeys and trainers. Yes. And all that. How have you found the transition between Australian racing to American form?
Well, what I find fascinating about American racing is it's exactly the same as racing around the world, but it's completely different, if that makes sense. The form, it translates. I mean, we're looking at the Belmont Gold Cup, a race on turf. What's interesting is we've got an international runner in Flatten the Curve, who's come from a German win on a big track like Hopper Garden, has to come to Saratoga. It's a 2.5 lap race, this race at Saratoga. It's so tight, the inner turf. So that's going to be interesting how that translates. But it's been a joy just meeting people. Jenna Andalucci, I'm talking to today, was the first woman to ever win a Triple Crown race 2 years ago with Arcangelo in the Belmont Stakes. And also Graham Notion, who's had the winner of the race last year in the Grey Wizard, the Belmont Gold Cup. We're going to chat to him again today. So it's been lovely to work with the American TV crews. Very, very professional. A lot goes into it. A lot of resources goes into a broadcast like Belmont Stakes. It's been really interesting to see it.
Now you're going to have to catch up with Brian Lynch, the
Correct.
Aussie trainer who's got a runner in the Belmont Gold Cup too. And wouldn't that be amazing? Because I don't know how many trainers are thinking of the Melbourne Cup, but Brian Lynch would be one of them if he was to win it.
Well, because he was a trainer at Wagga Wagga, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And so it's an extraordinary story that he's found himself here in America with Anglophile, who's aptly named, and can win too. I mean, the thing about the race last year, what we learned very quickly was that they went a real pace in it, and a lot of them got very tired, and it was a real stamina test. So I think whoever wins the race, if they were to come to Melbourne, judging particularly by last year's running of the Melbourne Cup on a firm deck, that if you can stay the trip and you can be a deep closer like a few of these horses here in America, I think they'd run top 10 in a Melbourne Cup.
Right, God, how good would that be? I feel like the racing world's just getting smaller. You've got
is.
Hong Kong horses running in Dubai, you've got Europeans running in Australia. How good would it be to see some American horses going to the Melbourne Cup?
Well, what's really lovely too is that when the Melbourne Cup itself, the actual trophy, it's its own little celebrity. Last year, it got mobbed here at Saratoga. It's going to be here tomorrow and Saturday. For about 2 or 3 hours, people can get their photos with it, and the Americans love it. They absolutely love it. So you tell them that it's something important and they'll want a photo with it.
You got a tip for us in the Belmont Gold Cup?
Yeah, look, I'm going to select Flatten the Curve. I think that race from Germany is the key. It just has to get round Saratoga. Two horses have won that race in Germany and have gone on to win this race, Loft and Red Cardinal. Red Cardinal running 2 Melbourne Cups. So I think that's the big guide, and I'm going with Flatten the Curve.
Flatten the Curve in the Belmont Gold Stakes on the Friday. Now, what about on the Saturday, the Belmont Stakes? Yeah. What a race this is going to be. We've got the Kentucky Derby winner Sovereignty. We've got the Preakness winner Journalism, who ran second behind Sovereignty in the Kentucky Derby, locking horns together in the Belmont, which is just going to be fantastic. And Baeza, who ran third in the Kentucky Derby. Who do you like out of those three?
So it's the first time since 2013 that the three horses coming out of the Kentucky Derby are running in the Belmont Stakes.
Yeah.
I think Baeza seems to be the horse that's on everybody's lips, but I think Journalism's going to go very close. I really liked him in the Kentucky Derby. Lost no admirers. Obviously was unbelievable in the Preakness. What a build-up the Preakness has been for this Belmont Stakes. So I'm all over Journalism.
All over Journalism, and I like how you've been saying Kentucky Derby and then correcting yourself and saying Kentucky Derby.
That's the Derby.
You're getting you're getting the lingo down pat. All right, Matty, to take us out, how would you feel about maybe doing a phantom race call? We don't have many phantom race calls here in the States. Very popular in America. Give us a phantom race call to take us out of the final furlong of Saturday's Belmont Stakes.
Well, I'd have to do it like an American, wouldn't
Do it,
I?
for
So
sure.
it's at the 16th pole. Sovereignty, 3/4 of a length. Journalism wearing it down. Journalism, Baeza late with the stretch drive. They hit the line. Journalism has won the Belmont Stakes.
Ooh, love it. Outstanding. Matty Hill, everyone. The
Good luck.
best race caller in Australia. And he calls football as well. Aussie rules football. Tune in on Fox.